Hello and welcome to the show. Listen, we are so glad that you could join us today. I'm excited because I always talk about this year being intentional. And what that means for me is that we are dedicated to what God has purposed for us in our lives. So that means you've got to move and be intentional about every little step that you take because God is watching and he has a purpose for your life. And so we want to make sure that we do that. And so it's about being intentional. I'm intentional about everything that's happening in my life. And so, as I said, I'm so glad that you joined us. You know, if you have something that or someone that you want us to talk about, a topic, you can just email us at info@tammymccountry.com. We'll be glad to get those emails in and possibly get your story and or person on the show. We've got a great show planned for you. I'm excited because this is a special, phenomenal mother. This week's guest is Mrs. Wilma Edmonds. She is the mayor, the honorable mayor of Govan, South Carolina. So I just want you to sit back, relax, and enjoy because it's coming up next. The Safe Organization presents Women and Girls Empowerment Weekend. She leads, she speaks, she inspires. Benefit Gospel Concert, June 27th, 7 p.m. Featured artist Kelante Gavin. Opening artist Tanya Caesar. Stevenson Auditorium, 979 Middleton Street in Orangeburg. Empowerment Summit on June 28th at 10 a.m. Keynote speaker, Lady Sarah Priestar. Claflin University Student Center, 1801 Magnolia Street, Orangeburg, South Carolina. For more information, www.girlempowermentday.com. The Cecil Williams South Carolina Civil Rights Museum is the Palmetto State's first and only museum. It honors a generation of people, black and white, throughout the state of South Carolina who deserve to be remembered for their unselfish commitments and sacrifices. Enjoy an immersive and entertaining virtual tour. For more information, visit www.cecilwilliams.com.
Hello, everybody. It's Finkley of The Michael Finkley Show, and you're watching Gold right now. Why? You're watching The Tammy Show. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to the show. I'm excited about the show today. As I told you, we've got a special and phenomenal woman and mother on with us. I'm going to tell you a little bit about her. She was born in Brooklyn, New York. She is the twin of our own Willie Lee Daniels III. And I tell you what, she is a special lady. She was educated in the schools of Bamberg Public School System. She attended Denmark Ola Elementary, Junior, and High School. And yes, she graduated with honors from Denmark Ola High School as a licensed cosmetologist. Now, she's a devoted wife to her husband, Wilma Edmonds. She is the mother and dedicated to her 6 children and loving grandmother to her 12 grandchildren. Of course, I told you she's the mayor of Govan, South Carolina. And guess what? She's the first African American mayor and the first female mayor of Govan, South Carolina. She's also the founder and owner of Edmonds Insurance Agency Incorporated. Her life is proof of Philippians 4:13. This is what she says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce, so come on out, Mrs. Wilma Edmonds, the Honorable Mayor. How are you, Mayor?
I am well. Good evening. How are you, Miss Tammy?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for being on the show, Miss Wilma.
Thank you for
It is
having
a
me.
pleasure. Yes, ma'am. It's a pleasure having you. And I want to thank Willie again. You know, that's your wonderful nephew that everybody knows about.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So let's talk about, I always start the show with asking people, if someone were to see you on the street and they say, oh, there goes Mayor Wilma Edmonds. What would you tell them? What would you say to them? And they say, who are you? What would you say to them? Who is Mayor Wilma Edmonds?
Mayor Wilma Edmonds is a servant leader. I serve my community, I serve my family, and I serve the Lord with my whole heart. So I can't do anything without Christ. So I always acknowledge Him as being the head of my life, and that's just who I am. I'm a humble, down to earth person. If I can help somebody, I will. That's just who I am.
Yeah, if I can help somebody along the way, then my living is not in vain, right?
That's right.
Amen. Amen. So when I want to talk with you, because I said in the beginning, we're talking about celebrating mothers. You have 6 children, 12 grandchildren. Talk about being a mother and the lessons that you are passing on to your children and your grandchildren.
Okay. Well, it is a blessing to be a proud mother. I have the privilege, and let me clarify this because I don't want to have the children saying something later. Um, my husband and I have 6 children together. I was blessed to bring 2 of them into this world myself. But those 12 children have really been an inspiration to me and motivate me to leave a legacy for them, something that they can be proud of their parents saying, okay, we are leaders in the community. People, we offer something that's needed, not just something that somebody wants. We offer insurance. We offer security financially to people that a lot of people are not aware of. They don't know the importance of insurance. And a lot of them are not um, educated enough to know or educated about the importance of having insurance. And what I've instilled in my children is that you help somebody along the way, respect them, respect yourself, and respect your elders. And if you help somebody else, then it's going to come back to you. But if you walk over everybody or somebody, that's going to come back as well, and you're not going to like the results of it. So if you can help them in a positive way.
That's right. Wow. You are you come from a family where there are 3 of you. You're a twin, and then you
Yes,
have another sibling.
yes.
What was a lesson that your mother shared with you or that you learned from your mother that you have passed on to your children?
Be able to take care of yourself, because if you rely on somebody else to always give you something, you're not going to respect it and you're not going to appreciate it to the fullest. So always provide for yourself, meaning get up, go to work, work for what you're going to have, and not wait for somebody to give it to you on a silver platter. Because if you work for it, guess what? You're going to take care of it. And if somebody keep giving, you're going to take it for granted and think somebody owes you something, and you're not going to be as responsible.
Yeah. Wow, that's a great lesson. That's a great lesson. And so we're going to move into the part about you being a licensed cosmetologist. So when you were growing up, what was your biggest dream?
To become a hairstylist, move to Charleston, work for a few years, and come back to Denmark and open my own salon. And I have done all of that.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Yeah,
So you lived in Charleston.
I did. I lived in Somerville, actually. Well, I lived in Charleston and drove to Somerville.
Hmm.
I was there long enough, came right out of high school, right out of Denmark Technical College as well. Graduated on that Friday and went to work that Monday in the barber salon, salon under the leadership of Mr. Marion Hill. I am truly grateful for him because he guided me and he directed me on how to become a businesswoman, how to become a business person, how to separate business from your personal life. Um, don't mix business with pleasure. It don't mix. And he said, if you keep those things separated, do business is business. And when the shop is closed, you go home and then you focus on home. When you come back to work, you give work all you got. And same thing when you go home. So that's what I've done for the past 40 years.
Oh,
So let's
wow.
go.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Great, great lessons. Great
Yeah.
lessons. So when I'm going to move into the part of you, you have your business, you've opened your business now, and then you're in Govan. The defining moment of when you wanted to run for office, political office.
Well, that I did not have a desire to run for political office. My neighbors in the community came to me and asked if I would, and I hesitated for a moment, but overall, it's been an experience. I'm learning to love it, and I've learned a lot. And this is my second term, and I'm up for election
Mhm.
again this coming November. Yes.
Well, congratulations,
Thank
congratulations.
you.
And so, who would you say inspired you in your life besides Mr. Marion Hill?
Mr. William Bilton and Mr. Walter Curry. And I say those two people because Mr. William Bilton, and he's passed on now, he was working in an insurance agency in Denmark, and that's where I started out at in the office. And he used to tell me every day, I can see you doing insurance. I can see you doing this and running this office and taking care of business because that's what you do. And I said, and he was like, yeah, because when you start talking insurance, he nicknamed me the little bulldog. And he said, when you get a hold of people, when you sit down with them in conversation, you don't turn them loose until you help them with the insurance side. So I worked there for about 6 months and he passed away. And after he passed away, his daughter, well, his mom, his wife was still living. And, excuse me, that's who I came along to help, was to help her with the business. And I went in there to make a payment, and she was struggling to take the payment. And I asked the question, do you need some assistance? And she said, yes. So they called my husband, Iran, and asked him, would it be okay for me to come and work for them? Now, me in this day and age, that was kind of out of order to me, it was. But then I looked at it as to he was respecting my husband for being the man of my household.
Absolutely. Mhm.
And he respected me and him enough to ask him, would it be okay? And he said yes. So we both went in for that interview. Needless to say, I went to work. And like I said, he kept enforcing the fact that I needed to run his office. But then when he passed, his daughter came along and I had shared the conversations with her that he and I had, and she just wasn't quite ready to do that transition. So my husband said to me in conversation, well, your office is across the street. And I didn't know what that meant right then because I didn't know of a building that was across the street. But he said, you had already looked at it. The place is just about like this one. You know the people that owns it. So go talk to them. And that's what we did. Um, Came over, had a conversation. God is just so amazing. We
Mm.
met with the owners. I knew them prior. And she said, look at the house, give me an offer. And I said, I don't know what you want. She said, I don't know what's in your pocket. So you give me an offer and we'll work with you. And I said, okay. And then I was reminded that the Lord says, write your vision and
Vision.
make it plain. So when things come, it kind of scares you, but you got to take that leap of faith. And that's what I did. Um,
Mm.
we gave her the offer. She said, let me talk with my siblings and call me back within the next few hours and said, they said, okay. I'm like, wow. So, okay. So, and we didn't have to do anything but open the doors and move in. That was it.
Mm.
And
Look at God.
when I say Mr. Walter Curry, he is the owner of Curry Insurance out of Orangeburg. And I'm getting fooled.
Mm.
My husband knew Mr. Curry from years back in college. They used to sell insurance before Primerica together. And that's how I met my husband, as a matter of fact. He sold me my first life insurance policy. No idea that we
Wow.
right. I did not look at him that way. He
Mm.
came into the beauty salon and he had a vending machine there and he was selling insurance. So he was hustling, doing different things. And needless to say, later on, that's when we got together.
Wow.
But Mr. Curry has an organization where he take independent like insurance agents and get them contracted through different insurance industries. So thanks to him, Mr. Curry, that I have been able to get contracts to write policies for different companies.
Mm.
And not knowing him in the insurance industry as I have learned it over the last 10 years, I would not have been able to do so had it not been for someone like him.
Wow.
Because if you don't know somebody that knows somebody or know the insurance industry like he does, you can't get a contract because I had just gotten my license in 2015. And the agencies that Mr. Bilton was writing for, two of the contractors or agents knew me because they were coming into the office. So they gave me two contracts. That's it. So I
Wow.
did not have any others. And it was very hard at first, but God.
Mm. But God.
And he put in my husband's spirit to call Mr. Curry. And we connected, and he got his secretary to call me, get my information, and got me contracted. So I am contracted now with well over 20 different companies.
Ooh.
Nothing but through the grace of God and through Mr. Curry. And
Mm.
it's been 10 years. So,
Yeah. Look at God. That's being intentional.
yes,
Just like I talked, but being intentional.
yes.
Your husband had it in his mind to
Mhm.
call. May I tell you something that Mr. Walter Curry is also my business mentor?
Okay.
And yeah,
Wonderful.
I'm not in insurance now, but when it
Okay.
comes to my business,
Yes.
that's who I call. That's who I
Wow.
call. Yeah,
Yes.
so it's a
Phenomenal
small
man.
world. It
Yes.
is a small world. So
Yes.
that is truly a blessing. That's a story all in itself,
Hmm.
of how you, as an African American woman, first African American mayor of the town of Govan, and the first female mayor of the town of Govan. Not only that, the founder of your insurance agency incorporated. So when we come back, Mrs. Wilma, we're going to talk about the Edmonds Insurance Agency Incorporated mobile health unit. So I want people to just wait. I just want you all to sit back because we're coming back and we're going to talk with Mrs. Edmonds about this new initiative and venture that she has started. And so, will you stick with me, Miss Wilma?
Yes, I will.
All
Thank you.
right, all right. We will be right back. We're going to take a commercial break, folks. We'll be right back. Thank you.
The Orangeburg County Conference Center supports downtown Orangeburg and our surrounding communities. The 6,000 plus square foot space is ideal for groups of up to 400 people attending corporate meetings, conventions, workshops, and special events. Conference Center staff are inspired to ensure that everyone can enjoy the modern amenities. State-of-the-art ballroom that accommodates up to 400 guests banquet style and 430 guests theater style. A warming kitchen with hot boxes, ice machine, refrigerator, freezer, and counter space. A lobby that accommodates 150 guests with special events outdoors. The comfortable outdoor amphitheater has a video wall and seating. Adjacent to the amphitheater is 12,000 plus square feet of green space that extends events outside, plus complimentary on-site event parking and additional parking across the street. Your event can take place all in one spectacular location. We welcome your special event in Orangeburg.
You're tuning in to the Tammy TV show, and we bringing in that Christian rap heat with Big Geek. What up?
Welcome back to the show. Listen, if you're just joining us, I'm here with Mrs. Wilma L. Edmonds, the Honorable Mayor of Govan, South Carolina, and the founder of Edmonds Insurance Agency Incorporated. Thank you again, Mrs. Edmonds, for being on the show with me.
You're welcome. Thank you for having
Yes.
me.
Yes, ma'am. It's been a pleasure. The first half was just fabulous. When we talk about this part, you have a new initiative, and it's called the Edmonds Insurance Agency Incorporated Mobile Health Unit. Talk about that and how that came about that you have a mobile health unit.
Well, that's another blessing in disguise. I just attended uh, a, two business courses. I'm trying to condense it.
Mm-hmm.
One is Professional Institute in Business, and the other one is Homegrown Business. And I've attended this through the Palmetto Innovation Chamber out of Barnwell, South Carolina. And what it is, it helps you to focus more on growing your business, coming up with ideas to better your business, either change what you're doing or just look at a different avenue. Anyway, to make a long story short, I entered this program. It was a 6-month course, and they have what they call a pitch competition. And within the pitch competition, you had to come up with a business idea or business plan and come up with a plan and compete with your classmates for a grand prize of $10,000. Well, I'm in the insurance industry, and I'm in my 10 years here working. I have came across people that has not had preventive health screenings done in a timely fashion to where it would benefit them. What they were finding out is they were losing limbs or losing their lives.
Mm.
So what I wanted to do was, what can I do to turn this around? And the thing that I came up with is, if I can come outside of these four walls, go into the uninsured communities or underserved communities, and have the screenings go to the community versus them trying to get there, because a lot of people in this area don't have transportation and there's no public transportation here for them. So I said, if I had a mobile unit, I could take the insurance industry outside of these four walls and go and serve the community. So what kind of things would I be doing there? Screening them for hypertension, diabetes. I call that the secret killer, the silent killer, because a lot of people don't know that they're diabetic until it's too late.
Right, that's right.
I've had clients coming to the office not feeling so well, and then they leave, and the next month or so when I see them, they've either lost a limb or they passed on. So that hit home. And I said, what can I do to change that or try to redirect the results? So, sitting again, me and my husband thinking, if we can come up with a mobile unit that could go out not only to down to the doctor's office or the hospital parking lot, but go to the neighborhoods, maybe the grocery store, or to the senior citizen housing complex. Go there and be able to offer services such as diabetes screenings, high blood pressure screenings, um, checking their weight for obesity, giving them educational videos, educational information about their health and their well being, dietary stuff, just insurance. Offer them insurance so that they can get the health insurance. We offer Medicare Advantage plans. A lot of seniors that I've run across reach the age of 65 and they get their red, white, and blue card. They think that's it, not knowing that they could get an Medicare Advantage plan and get all these other benefits that will help them go see their physicians, their specialists, have surgeries done that they don't have to have spend money out of their own pockets. They could use this insurance for that. So that's a great deal. And if I could do that, I think it would be a great success and a great asset to the community.
Yes, ma'am. Well, you hit on something that everybody needs, and that is preventive health care,
Mhm.
because we don't have that, and we have to take care of ourselves. And I am so proud and so glad to hear that you are opening this mobile unit, which is on June the 18th, the grand opening in Denmark,
Yes.
South Carolina, correct?
Yes.
Willie, can we show that flyer so that people will be able to see that? The folks that are down in that area, look at that mobile unit. Oh my goodness, that's a house. That's I love RVs, right?
That's a blessing in
So,
disguise.
and
Yes,
that's a class A.
yes,
And,
it
and
is.
so that in itself just speaks to the excellence that you want for your community and for the people in your community. Thank
Yes,
you, Willie.
yes.
And so congratulations.
Thank
I think
you.
I think it is such a phenomenal thing that you are doing, and in the community in which you serve, to help people, because as you said, a lot of times people, it's too late.
Right.
Hypertension, silent killer. diabetes, silent killer, cardiovascular disease. I was in health, so all those things. And so I applaud you and your husband for that, coming up with this type of initiative. Now, I do want to ask you something before we leave. What do you want viewers to glean from this interview?
I want them to know that we're here, number one, and to know that we're going to be available for them in their time of need, whether it's for um, auto insurance, life insurance, homeowners insurance, um, medical information. We do a little bit of everything as far as insurance and financial assessments, because we do annuities as well, financial planning. We can do wills. I'm a notary as well. Just a little bit of everything. I wanted this to be a full insurance service, one-stop shop. And I
Yes.
often tell people, do something today that your future self will thank you for. Not just
Mm.
at the moment, just for this moment only, but in the long run, what's going to be there for you. Because I have sold insurance, life insurance policies to families, and I have seen families not have insurance, and you go to the home, you take a box of chicken and some sodas, and you leave there, they can eat one meal. Then I've had the opportunity to go to someone's home after someone has passed and take them a check, not only to take care of matters that's at hand right then, to put their loved ones away in a decent manner, but to be able to live afterwards financially. That's a blessing.
Yes, it
That's
is. Yes,
why
it
I do what I do, because I
is.
want to make a difference, not just saying, oh, that's just another insurance agent. No, this is Edmonds. Go and talk to Wilma. She will sit down, listen to you, talk with you, find the best insurance that's best for you, because everybody's different. There are no two people situations the same. So what may be good for you may not be the same for somebody else. So we sit down, take the time, have a conversation, find out what you can afford, what works best for you, and what's better for you in the
Yes,
long run,
ma'am.
where you make the best
Wow.
choices. Not just this is a bill and I'm just not going to pay it. No, this is your security for your future.
Yes, ma'am. And a legacy that you're leaving, because
Yes,
after all, it will help your family.
yes.
So, what advice would you give? And this is the question before the last. What advice would you give to women who want to live out their dreams but can't seem to quite make the connection?
Pray about it first and then walk in it. You cannot do it sitting back saying, I wish I could, I wish I should have. Just do it. Just
Hmm.
do it.
Just do it.
Because
Just do it.
nobody else is going to do it if you don't. I've sat in these walls for 10 years, and I'm saying walls within this building. I've sat here within for 10 years, and I plan to be here for as long as I can. And I realize it's not going to happen if I don't come, turn the key, and open the door. Because if the doors are not open, the people can't come.
That's right.
The mobile health unit, if it don't go out into the community, it can't work. It can't be a service to the community. So I'm going to put it out there. I'm going to work it. And I just know the Lord has already made the way this far. And I don't think he's going to leave me now. So I'm not giving up. I've often tell people, a lot of young people and people in general, winners never quit and quitters never win.
Winners never win. That's right. That's
Yeah,
right. Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
Yes, ma'am. So, what are the three words that describe Mrs. Wilma L. Edmonds.
Dependable, trustworthy, and faithful.
Dependable, trustworthy,
And
and
faithful.
faithful. Yes, ma'am.
If I say I'm
Well,
going to do it, I'm going to do it.
you're going to do it.
Yes.
Well, Miss Wilma L. Edmonds, Mayor, the Honorable Mayor of Govan, South Carolina, and the founder of Edmonds Insurance Agency Incorporated, thank you so much for being on this show. I have enjoyed talking with you. You've
Thank
kind of
you.
shared some nuggets with me that I'm going to take along the way as well.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. It's such a pleasure. And congratulations to you on the grand opening, June
Thank
the 18th. Now, if people want to get in touch with you, Mrs. Edmonds, what do they need to do? Can they call you or
They
can
can.
they email you? How would you like for them to get in touch with you, please?
They can call me, email me, text me, come by and see me, all of the above.
And what is the phone number?
My phone number is 803
Mhm.
535 9836.
803-535-9836.
That's correct.
Wow. Yes, ma'am. I
Yes.
tell you what, we're going to show that number on the screen so people will be able to get in touch with you. And again, we thank you so very much, and many blessings to you and your
Thank
husband,
you.
your family. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for being on the show. I tell you what, Willie, I thank you, folks. You heard it right here from the Honorable Mayor of Govan, South Carolina, Mrs. Wilma L. Edmonds. And I keep saying Wilma because that's what it is.
That's what
Mrs.
it
Wilma.
is.
Look, Auntie Wilma.
That's right.
Auntie Wilma. And
That's
again,
right.
folks, she has the mobile unit. We can show that flyer again. The mobile health unit. If you're in the area in Denmark, South Carolina, the location is 18858 Heritage Highway. And that's going to be on Wednesday, June 18th. Go there. If you need preventive care, please go visit the grand opening for the mobile health unit by Edmonds Insurance Agency Incorporated. Celebrating 10 years. Congratulations.
Yes, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am. All right. Thank you so much. And
You're
until the
welcome.
next time,
Thank you.
thank you. I appreciate you so much, and
You're
many
welcome.
thanks to you. All
Thank
right.
you.
Yes, ma'am. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right, you heard it right here. I want to thank again Mayor Edmonds for being on the show. Again, she is so powerful. And the message that she gave us was about you need to pray, okay? You need to make sure that you pray about everything. And get out there, and like she said, you got to turn the key. If you got a place, you got to turn that key. And what that says to me is that if you have a dream, you've got to go after it. You can't just sit down. You've got to start getting up, and you've got to walk in it, and you've got to have faith. She did tell us that. So I want to thank you again, viewers, for tuning in to Tammy. It's always a pleasure. I always want to thank my senior associate producer, Mr. Willie, and of course, our guest coordinator, Ashley, and our other producer, Alicia. Special thanks to T-Vision Network and the Dream Studio, as always. I want to remind you, please subscribe to the Tammy TV show. That's on the YouTube channel. You have to put in the entire word, the Tammy TV show, and hit that red subscribe button, and it will notify you of when the show is coming on. Remember, let's be a blessing to somebody today and every day. Don't forget, call that person up next door. They may just need to hear your voice. You may just need to encourage them. And sometimes just a smile does so much if you just knock on that door. All right. So until the next time, thank you again. Take care of yourself. Love you. Bye-bye.